What's up, guys? It's me, Nazario, back again. I gotta figure out a better intro, but today we're talking about AutoTune.
What up, Niz?
Got out of focus again. So before we get into this, I do want to say that you can make sure that you like and subscribe and comment on this video just about your thoughts on AutoTune, because I really do want to see how people perceive AutoTune as a consumer of music. I'm a consumer too, technically, but I also make music, so I have my own perspective on it. And the fact that I've actually used it in songs and while working with other artists on their songs kind of gives me a different perspective on it than it would if I was just to listen to music. I wanted to basically give a response to this video that I saw that Cheddar posted. Cheddar, if you don't know, is a YouTube channel that does a lot of informative videos. They're one of my favorite channels. I like watching videos that just give me a ton of information, and Cheddar is one of the channels that can do that for me. The video got my attention because it was titled The Rise and Fall of AutoTune. That stood out to me as a music producer because I don't feel like it's fallen off. It's still there. So I decided to click on the video. I was watching it, and it's actually really good at documenting the origins of AutoTune and how it was created. So if you don't know and you would like to know, you can always go to their channel and watch it. I highly recommend it for that information. But towards the end of the video is where kind of had an issue with it. Right around the end of the video, they make this statement.
While the in-your-face days of AutoTune may be behind us, it's still very common in the music industry. It's still used in the under-the-radar way that it was originally intended for, subtly improving someone's singing voice.
But when I heard that comment, all of a sudden, I was like, what? Wait, what? Because that doesn't make sense. That's not true. Let me just be clear first. I'm assuming when they say the in-your-face days of AutoTune, I'm assuming that they mean songs where AutoTune is used very heavily on the vocals, where it starts to make the vocals sound a little bit more robotic. That threw me off because in my mind, AutoTune has not fallen off. If anything, it's basically become a staple element of modern day music. The concept that the in-your-face days of AutoTune, as they called it, are joking. I just wanted to set the record straight a little bit and clarify some things about the use of AutoTune in music. What I decided to do was just do a little bit of looking to see what songs have been using AutoTune in the past. So I decided to go to the trusty Wikipedia. I took a look at the number one songs for each year for the entire decade of the 2010s. I started with this year, and right away I noticed that the biggest song of the year so far is The Box by Roddy Ricch. It was number one from mid-January all the way to the end of March, and it heavily uses AutoTune in a way that's very noticeable. That's not even the only song that uses AutoTune that went number one this year. You also have Tootsie Slide by Drake that went number one, and then you also have The Scots by Travis Scott and Kid Cudi that went number one as well. Both of those songs also use noticeable AutoTune. And then I started looking further back. So even when you look at the past 3 years, all the way back to 2018, Travis Scott had number one songs each year, all using AutoTune. And then if you go back to 2017, you start to see there's other songs that use AutoTune. I'm the One by DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne. That just goes on and on and on. And doesn't really even get shaky on AutoTune being used in a noticeable way until you get to 2015. In 2015, the only song that I could really identify AutoTune in was See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth. And it's not even used in the entire song. It's only used when Wiz Khalifa starts singing, and I guess you could call it like a pre-chorus for his song, for his verse. After that, you start to get more shaky when you go back into the 2010s about the existence of AutoTune in these songs. But that's only part of the musical history of the 2010s. There are many songs and albums that came out that didn't go number one, obviously. And there are a lot of artists that are using autotune in very noticeable ways. You can even go back to 2015 and you see that Future dropped Dirty Sprite 2. He uses a lot of autotune, and then on top of that, him and Drake dropped What a Time to Be Alive with the song Jumpman, which you may know. And you just see this through the entire 2010s. There's always somebody of notoriety using autotune. Even in other genres outside of what we would say are mainstream genres, people are experimenting with autotune as well. For example, in Afrobeat, there are numerous artists that use autotune in their music. One of my personal favorites is, I think you say his name Rema. I'm not really sure how you pronounce his name, but his song Do May Be, which came out last year, is one of my favorite Afrobeat songs, and I listen to it a lot. There's a lot of stuff you have to ignore to be able to make the statement that the in-your-face days of autotune may be behind us. Outside of Afrobeat, you also get into artists like Bon Iver, which they mention in the video, who is still using autotune and vocal processing effects heavily in his music and experimenting with different ways to treat his vocals. And then you have his predecessor, Francis and the Lights, who took the concept that Bon Iver used and took it to a whole nother level. It's just really hard for me to accept the statement that the in-your-face days of autotune may be behind us. I don't think that's a bad thing. To me, autotune is a staple of modern music. I think autotune is just as much an effect as a distortion pedal is for a guitarist. It opens up a world of possibility for creatives to use to experiment with new ways of making their vocals sound in ways that you just can't do with the human voice normally. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna sign off right here. So thanks for watching. Like I said, watch the Cheddar video if you want to learn the origins of autotune. And if you have any thoughts on autotune after hearing all this information, let me know what you think. And let me know what you thought about the video. Whether you agree or disagree about the use of autotune, I really want to know how people perceive autotune as consumers. My goal is basically to create an understanding between consumers and creatives on the creative process and the little I can't say it. My goal is basically to inform people on the intricate details of creating music. If that's more of what you want, then definitely leave suggestions on things that you want to know about, and I'll see if I can talk about it in a video. And if not, I don't know. Comment anyways and just let me know, I guess. So make sure you subscribe. I'm attempting to post videos every Thursday at 11 o'clock p.m. at 11 o'clock a.m. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.